With Deadpool and Wolverine still getting ton of hype despite already being out for quite a while. Well, okay, time is relative. Some people say it feels like it just came out yesterday. Other people say it feels like it came out months ago. Whatever the case is, one moment from that film is still being discussed, and Ryan Reynolds leans into the discussion saying he knows why Thor was crying. In the first act of Deadpool and Wolverine, when Deadpool is taken into the TVA, Mr. Paradox shows him the future, or he's showing him the Avengers and everything, and one of the screens is actually talking about what happens in the future. In this scene, they reuse footage from Thor: The Dark World and edit it just enough to seem like it's new footage by replacing Loki, who died, and I put that in quotation marks, in Thor's arms. But the way they make it seem, it looks like it's a whole new scene, and a lot of people thought that Chris Hemsworth actually returned and shot that scene. That's not the case. And as we saw during the scene, Thor is crying while he seems to be holding a dying Deadpool. Paradox tells him that that's from the future, but they quickly move past it because, hey, it's a spoiler and it shows a glimpse of what happens. And then a running gag throughout the film is him wondering, why was Thor crying and what happens to Deadpool? Now, I already made a video about how this is clearly an indication that we're going to see something like this in Avengers Secret Wars, and it's obviously going to be played for a gag, and, you know, it's probably going to be Deadpool being like, I knew it, this is why you're holding me, this is it, embrace me. You know, they're going to do that type of thing. It's Deadpool, it's Ryan Reynolds. But speaking further about this moment and what happens next and when we will find out more, Ryan Reynolds says he cannot reveal why. But he says he knows why Thor was crying, and now he cannot unknow it. Now, obviously, he's just leaning into, hey guys, hype, right? Let's talk about it. Let's hype this up. Let's get people for return viewings. Let's get people to talk about this more. And it's how Marvel Studios does their marketing cycles, and it's quite genius, right? They're going to talk more about this moment inevitably when the film hits physical media. And it's going to be something that I think is going to be really interesting to discuss down the road and see how they play this off and what happens next. Because they did, in the run-up to this film, talk about how elements of this film are connecting to the future and teasing what comes next. This is a clear moment of this will happen in some sort of fashion down the road. Now, does this sort of confirm that Deadpool is going to be massively injured and Thor's crying because they become best buds or something? Maybe. Maybe it's a multiverse Thor. Maybe it's another hint at time travel to events of other films. We don't know. But whatever it is, I think it's cool. Maybe it's even teasing Battle World. Like we're going to get Thor from the Dark World as part of Battle World or something, which could be really fascinating to see how they handle it. But it definitely seems like they're going to play it up and it's going to be explored.